Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, this is going to be a general reading. So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Hanged Man to start us off. This is some very, very deep water energy, all right? So let's put that into some context. What is this position that we're in right now? Oh, well, the Three of Cups. It seems like it might be a very good position. But let's see. There is a lot of fire energy. Yeah, a lot of fire energy already. We have the Tower. We've got some fire over here. Very interesting. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot and just give it a bit of a shuffle here. And this is the card that we set aside. We're not going to look at it until the very end. We'll put our frog friend right on top. And hopefully that card will tie everything together and, give us that confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. So let's look at these energies again, because we've got only these two major arcana, the Hanged Man and the Tower. And this is some very abrupt, assertive, forceful fire energy. And the water here is a bit of a limbo, a bit of an immersion into a situation. So we have like a real juxtaposition here. There's a kind of an opposition with this water and this more fiery Mars Tower energy, right? And we see that theme kind of repeated through the rest of the reading as well, because we've got a lot of fire. You see fire, 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 fire. We've got some water, right? And we have some earth. So what we are lacking is the air, of course. I feel like this is a fire that we need to contain. We're trying not to really feed it too much with any air energy. It feels like it has enough to keep it going as far as the fuel goes. It has this earth energy, but we don't want it to really interfere with this Three of Cups that we have. The Three of Cups is really a very important card. This seems to be kind of the focal point. This seems to be the best card that we have right now. And this is real celebration. This is a really expressive, loving kind of water energy. I think you're someone who is very much enjoying your life right now. I think you have a lot of loving energy around you. A lot of family, a lot of friends. I think coworkers, perhaps, maybe your romantic situation. Everything feels really good right now. I feel like this is a very special time in your life, I feel like we're trying to hold on to this. There seems to be these other forces around us that are challenging us in some ways. Now, I wonder if this is such a good situation, you're trying to hold on to it, and maybe you have other things going on in your life that are kind of forcing a change on things, right? We don't want to leave this. The Hanged Man is very comfortable in this pool. This is a really fine jacuzzi. We don't want to get out of it. But there's a lot going on around us that we might have to, right? We might have to get our towel and get out of the jacuzzi, go handle our business, and then get back in, right? Because it seems like there is a lot of this abundant love in you. I feel like you're really connecting with yourself, with your path in life, with the people around you. I feel like we don't want to give up this really, really good feeling, right? I think that's why we have the Hanged Man here. Now, I don't feel like we are being asked to give up something that is very dear to us. The Three of Cups, this really is a beautiful card. It's so expressive. It's so loving. It's so appreciative and gracious and generous. I feel like you have really a good situation going on. But we have a lot of fire and earth to kind of deal with. Now, the fire and the earth, especially on my channel and in these readings, I love fire and earth together because it's that creative spirit, that creative spark directly into manifestation, right? We're skipping the water and the air. We're going straight from fire to earth, right? It's just, it's magic. It's manifestation. In this case, we are indeed skipping the air energy, but there's a little bit of water that's here that is kind of, again, creating a little bit of this friction. In the recent past, we see a 10 of Cups, and I think that this is representing a situation that we maybe recently got out of. Yeah. We also have a 10 of Wands here at the end of the path of the Serpent over here. So I feel like we got out of a situation that was maybe a little emotionally stagnant, right? Maybe it was kind of overwhelming to a degree where there's just nothing more we could do with it. It was too much of the wrong thing. Yeah. So I feel like we are getting out of this situation. It could be what this tower is all about here. It could be. Because, the tower would be one way to get out of that situation. But I think a tower, an abrupt change of this magnitude would destabilize your life, right? This is the 5 of Pentacles down beneath the surface. And this is showing that we're looking for change, but we want it to be a controlled change, right? Surprises are good. Change is good as long as I'm the one, that's kind of in charge of it. I like surprises as long as I know about it beforehand, So this is a big difference with the tower. The tower is just kind of an abrupt change. This is something unexpected, uncontrolled, very major, major force. Down here with the 5 of Pentacles, it is, the ground beneath our feet might be shifting. There might be some things that are kind of moving around. There's some developments here. But it's something that we are aware of, that we're ready for. It's something slow enough and obvious enough that we can kind of roll with it. But this, on the other hand, is very abrupt. So I wonder now, if we're looking at this Hanged Man and this 3 of Cups, I wonder if we're still talking about this past situation, or maybe this is a current situation now, and we're trying to get here. Right? Maybe we're stuck in this situation where there is an emotional connection, but we are feeling kind of suffocated by this relationship. Could be a work thing. It could be something with family, friends. It could be a romantic thing. This is either the recent past or this is something that we're still trying to get out of. Okay. Because I feel what we really, really want is to suspend this pleasure, this love, this celebration for as long as we can. Right? We don't want to get out of this position. We don't want to sacrifice it for anything. We don't want to reject this. Right? We want to welcome this energy in. So I think the first step was to get out of this situation, because this plus that 10 of Wands that we have, this is any kind of a relationship that is really has become oppressive, has become suffocating, has become very restrictive. It's like there's really nowhere to go. This is kind of the extreme of it, and it's not a very pleasant place to be. Yeah. So in some sense, yes, we we kind of want a tower. There's part of us that wishes it would all just kind of go away, that it would be an abrupt, sudden, extreme change. But what we really need, our real drive underneath everything, is this slow and kind of gradual shifting where we are in control, where we are kind of molding it, where we are taking charge and creating a situation that is going to be better for us. We want this Three of Cups. I still think this might be where you are now. You know, it's hard to get a gauge on the exact timing of this. I feel like 3 months either side, this is the situation, okay? So this is either something that you can say, yes, I'm here now. I'm in this really loving, kind of free, this very expressive, very connected, very, very spiritual even situation. This could be because you've gotten out of something that was the exact opposite of this, right? The important thing here is that when we're in this, that we don't do anything too abrupt, that we don't do anything too sudden or unexpected to jeopardize this Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is beautiful, right? This is everybody together just having a great time, right? Which is not this. So we're done, we're out of this one. But in the Three of Cups, being surrounded by all of this fire and earth energy, it's kind of a touchy situation, right? Too much energy in any particular direction might throw this out of balance. We certainly don't want to disrupt, we don't want to bring this tower down, okay? Change needs to come gradually and not so suddenly, because we don't, a sudden change will really knock this Three of Cups out of place, okay? So wherever we are in life right now, we need to think about this Queen of Wands in the future. This is the way forward. This is water plus fire, right? It is all of this water using this experience. This is a lot of water here. 10 of Cups, sacrificing, Hanged Man, this is water. This is pure water. To a Three of Cups, a very expressive form of love, of energy, of compassion, of gratitude, right? The creation of abundance, the creation of love in your life. That's what we're focused on. And as we move forward with this fire energy, with our creative work, with our changes, right? The fire is causing fundamental, chemical changes in things. We have to control this fire going forward. Yes, part of us just thinks, tower, let's just, all at once, let's just change very drastic measures. But what we really want is to slowly transform our lives, our surroundings. Maybe this is our finances, our career. Maybe this is our home life. Maybe we're talking about something physical here. Physical exercise, activity, our fitness, our health and well-being, We want gradual changes. And in order to do that, we have to be very controlled with our fire energy. We have to have the water within us that is the understanding, the patient, the intuitive water, right? We have to utilize our fire energy to cause changes in the environment. Always keeping in mind that our goal is to preserve this wonderful water situation that has already taken place within us. We've gotten free from something that it was emotionally suffocating or stagnant or it was just too much of that, right? We got rid of that. We're in this Three of Cups. We have to preserve this. And so it's very important to keep that in mind as we push forward. There's a lot of fire and earth. Fire, fire, earth, and fire. We have to be careful with this. Now, obviously, the first card on the path of the serpent is the Knight of Wands. This is not very controlled. This is fire that is just raging, wants to burn everything down, you know? And it feels like that's kind of a theme when you see what's going on around the world. It breaks my heart to see all of these, you know, wildfires, and it really, really does get to me. So I think there is a need symbolically for us to be the caretakers of this love, this harmony, this is the energy that just wants to care for people, wants to alleviate suffering, right? That wants to just help as many people as we can. So this is that energy within us. This is that compassion, that empathy, that real desire to love people, to love everything, pets, plants, everything. We don't need this card. This is kind of the, this is the potential, right? We've got the Queen of Wands here. We've got the Knight of Wands here. This is kind of the way we need to go forward. Let's make sure we're not getting too carried away with things, because this is the fire energy, again, that just wants to burn and burn and burn. Does not care. Is fire and fire, right? What we want is water that's informing the fire, tempering it, you know, not just fire on fire, exponential, just raging. We don't want that. We don't want that. So we have to be mindful that we're not making too many changes too quickly, right? Because this is about, this kind of feels like it's a collective reading for the world, but it's very specific to our lives right now too, you know. We're trying to make positive changes in our lives. We've gotten some sort of a new lease on life with this water energy. And maybe this was a sudden, maybe some of the tower energy got us out of that, but we don't want the tower energy to do the same thing here. Now we want gradual changes. Maybe to get out of this one, it needed to be abrupt and sudden. But now we've got this, you know, now we've used the hammer, and now everything looks like a nail. And even all these cards do kind of look like nails. But we don't want to use the hammer now, right? So we need to be able to put this away. We need to be able to, because these two together, this is literally going around hitting everything like it's a nail. We don't want to do that right now, so we have to be mindful. We don't want to change everything too abruptly, right? We're trying to make this progress in our lives. It would be easy to get kind of carried away and just rush and do so many things at once, changing a million things about our lives, is basically going to lead to a tower moment, right? It's going to come down. So we have to put the brakes on this Knight of Wands a little bit. The next card is the Seven of Wands. This is in the position of our environment. It's the timing. It's our relationship with the environment. This is a little bit of a break, right, on the fire energy. It's kind of like we're pumping the brakes a little bit with this. Yeah. It's time to kind of slow things down a bit. Because we know that we know that there's no possible way that we could change everything just like that and have it be instantly perfect. We know, deep within us, we know change comes gradually. There are sudden changes here and there that seem like very sudden and surprise changes, but overall, evolution, growth generally happens slowly over time, right? So we know that we can't just kind of tap something with our magic wand and have it be absolutely perfect. It's a process. Everything is a process, right? The Seven of Wands is also talking about this idea of perfection, right? What is it that we think would be perfection, right? We've got this idea that everything needs to be absolutely perfect in our environment. Well, this card's also saying that, look, there's always going to be something that needs a little tweaking, that needs a little work, right? Nothing can be absolutely perfect. So this is that card because this is the Seven of Wands. So it's kind of struggling between a 7 to a 6, back to a 7, then to a 6. It's like we're working to perfect our lives, one process at a time. But we know that once we get to that 6 of Wands, just for a moment, we're going to go back to a 7. There's going to be more work to do. Because the 6 is that kind of, that momentary weightlessness of perfection, right? It's the zenith. And that it only lasts for a few minutes, and then it has to kind of go down the other way, right? So it's just that temporary place where it's like, for this brief moment, everything is perfect. You know, and I think that's a big part of the Three of Cups feeling too. It would be more of a 6 of Cups, but this is the feeling within us. The 3 is within us. The 6 is us plus the other, right? Our 3 of Cups and then your 3 of Cups. I wonder if the mystery card will be a 6 of Cups. I think that would be pretty nice. So the 7 of Wands, I think that makes sense, and it's important to keep this in mind. But it is time for us to begin this slow struggle, this process of change, of growth, of using this water energy to fuel our creative process of, molding our lives, molding ourselves and our experience. I think this is a very important card. The next card is interesting. This is in the position of what you don't want, and it's the Prince of Pentacles. It's air and earth. This could be an indication that we really don't want to overthink the changes, the process that we're involved with. We don't want to overthink this, right? This is the card that brings a little bit of air into the mix. We don't want that. We don't want to question. We don't want to have to decide anything. We don't want to have doubts. We don't want to second guess anything. We don't want any part of us to be like, oh, well, why? Why do I want this? Why am I doing this? This card's kind of the position of what we need, though, as well. This is maybe what we don't want, but it could be what we need. Maybe we need just a little bit of kind of mentally checking in with ourselves to see, am I on the right track? Is this what I want? Let's double check on our fire energy to make sure that we didn't just put it on autopilot and it just kind of got a mind of its own and just took off on us. Let's keep ourselves in check. Let's do a little bit of air energy check-in to say, am I going at the right pace? Am I being responsible? Right? Am I doing the gradual changes? Am I keeping the water energy as the kind of focal point, as the center, as the motivation? Right? Because really, this is the card we need, because really what we don't want is the 10. We don't want our fire energy to get out there in such a wildfire way that we don't have any connection with Source. This card is so far away from the ace, right? From spirit, from Source, from the purpose, from the beginning, that it doesn't remember why it's even out here. It's lost all communication with home base, right? With ground control. It's just out there, just hurling through space, just wild, right? And I think we need to avoid this by keeping our energy in check, keeping this central purpose, this 3 of Cups, whatever this is going to be, if this is the sense of love, community, generosity, compassion, gratitude, whatever this water energy is, we need to make sure that we stay in touch with that, because this Ten of Wands is really far out there, and who knows what it's up to, right? Who knows what the purpose of it is now. My cat's here to confirm, as usual. I would like to take a look at this mystery card, and I was betting that it might be like a Six of Cups, perhaps the Six of Wands, maybe. But now I'm kind of feeling like Empress energy with all this, you know? So I wonder, right? And obviously there's only one way to find out. We'll thank our frog friend here. Yeah, let's take a look and see what we have here. I'm very curious. It's not the Empress. It is the King of Pentacles, however. And the King of Pentacles is good because for me, this is kind of, this is a very, very thoughtful earth energy, you know? This is patience. This is gradual expansion, gradual growth. This is manifestation, but not built on the rubble of a tower moment, right? It's gradual progress. There's patience here. There's an investment here, right? And I think that's a lot of what we're doing here is we have this creative energy. We have this will, this desire to transform our lives, our career, our health, whatever it is. We don't want to build our castle on the rubble of this tower. We want to gradually evolve and grow. We're making an investment in ourselves, an investment in our future. They say that lasting changes have to be implemented gradually, right? That any kind of extreme or sudden or abrupt change in our lives doesn't usually stick. It has to be gradual, and it has to be sustained over the long term. This is the long term. This is someone that can continue to do this work for as long as it takes to slowly accumulate this growth and this progress, and it will be everlasting. Yeah, it will be everlasting. So I really like this. I think this is an important message for you, especially considering the reading that we just did for you. I think this is some important information that we kind of need as we move forward into the next few days, the next few weeks. Yeah. We are going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around for the extended, just click on the link in the corner there. New readings come out every day at 6 a.m. Chicago time, so be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of your future readings. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.